everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Pop's Place. We are pied to the max. I mean, we've done pie crust, we have done apple pie, we have done pecan pie, we've done sweet potato pie. Today we're doing Thanksgiving's #1 pumpkin pie. And pumpkin pie even rolls right on into Christmas, because as we pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, yeah, they're still talking about pumpkin pie up into Christmas. So we're doing that today. I want to thank you for dropping in. Thank you for liking and subscribing and for making the Pop's Place community a part of your day. It's going to be great. And yes, I already have flour on my apron because I've already made some pie crust, baby. It's going to be amazing. Now, I got a little something cooking in the background for breakfast, so ignore the little background noise there if you're hearing it. But if not, I'm going to jump right in a minute. We're going to show you the ingredients for a delightful pumpkin pie, my grandma's recipe, right on to the table for you, and you'll be ready for Thanksgiving. All right, so ingredients for pumpkin pie. Of course, we're gonna need a pie crust, and I am not gonna buy a store-bought pie crust. So I made up some new pie crust this morning, ready to roll that out for a pumpkin pie. You're gonna need sugar, you're gonna need ginger, you're gonna need ground cloves, you're going to need pumpkin, and you can go with fresh pumpkin puree if you've got the time for that. I'm just going with good old Libby's pumpkin puree. You need a can of evaporated milk, you need some ground cinnamon, you need 2 eggs, and you need just a little bit of salt, because every good dessert has a little bit of salt. We're going to whip this up momentarily and show you exactly what goes into this. A lot of love, a lot of family, a lot of good times. So as we begin this, we're going to start by blending up our sugar and our seasoning mixture. I start with a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. We will then go, I guess, from most concentration to least concentration. We're going to need about a teaspoon of cinnamon, which we'll add there. Yes, I'm kind of crazy that way. It can be a little over in my book. I don't care. We are going to need now a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which I'm going to guesstimate. That's not too bad, using my regular teaspoon measure. Going with a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. Very nice. All right. This one is the little one. We're only doing a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, which is not very much at all. So I'll add that. Once we do that, so, all right, now we have the seasonings. At this point, we'll start with our wet ingredients. So now we're going to add 2 eggs to our mixing bowl. And I always crack my eggs into another side bowl, just in case you get a piece of shell in there, or in case the eggs, one of them happens to be bad. It has happened before, believe it or not. I do buy fresh eggs, but who knows? Alright, so we whip up those eggs just a little bit. To that, I'm going to add my spice mixture right in there. Super easy. Get it mixed in very well. We're going to add just shy of 2 cups of the pumpkin puree. Now I'm using canned pumpkin again. You can use fresh pumpkin if you've got the patience and the time to peel that pumpkin and cut it into cubes and boil it. Definitely do it, especially if you have those leftover pumpkins. Definitely don't want to throw those away after Halloween. Everybody's got a pumpkin laying around, seems like. I didn't even buy a pumpkin this year, if you can believe that. But, all right, so we add that, and we're going to just mix that together very gently. So next we're going to add a whole 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And I do this kind of slowly. I leave my mixer on and just slowly pour it in while we allow this to mix together. Once we have integrated the whole can, I'm going to turn up the mixer. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going in. We're going to just scrape down the sides, make sure there's nothing up on the sides of that mixing bowl. If you're using a hand mixer, you have a little more control over that, but with these stand mixers, sometimes you have a difficult time getting them to touch all the sides of that bowl, so we shall do that. Now, just one more light mix. Okay. This is the goods, y'all. Okay. Now I got my pie crust. Take off my wire beater there. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour this filling into this pie shell. Now you are going to have to take my word for it when I tell you I made this pie shell. I did. Absolutely did. If you have a little leftover filling, throw it into another pie. I don't want to go too full because I definitely don't want it like blowing over the top of this. Now we're going to put this in the oven at 425 for about 10 minutes. We'll turn the temperature down to 350 for about another 40 minutes, I believe it is. Then when we come back, we ought to have a pie. No. I am not a patient person, and I cannot wait when these pies come out of the oven. Yeah, when it's Thanksgiving pies, I will not cut them. But these are just pies for fun. This is just Sunday afternoon pie. This is fine. I can bust into this, and when you bust into a pie that is this hot, let me just tell you this. I don't even know. I can't even get there where you can see it. Do you see the steam coming off of that? That is like fresh out of the oven. It is so stinking amazing. So good. Oh my gosh. I hope my microphone's even picking me up here. Oh my gosh. For the next 17 minutes, you will sit here and watch me eat pie. Still, look at the steam. Y'all, look. It came right out the oven. Y'all, you need to try some of this. It's really good. I'm not kidding you. It is worth the time. I don't do store-bought pie crust, but even if you do, you can mix up this stuff really easily, put it in that store-bought pie crust, and it's amazing. It's so good. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for being a part of the Pop's Place community, for liking, for subscribing, for clicking that notification bell. Leave me a comment. I want to hear if your pumpkin pie is different than my pumpkin pie. I want to hear about it. So leave me a comment. Tell me maybe something that you do differently. I've heard some interesting things in the last few days that people are putting into recipes. They message me and they're like, yeah, I put anchovies in my pumpkin pie. Please don't do that. I'm kidding. Don't. But yeah, it's some interesting things. So make sure you leave me a comment. Tell me. And other than that, I'll look forward to seeing you. I'm not going to do it tomorrow, but probably on Tuesday, I'll make a water pie. And that's the one that has everybody going, what? It's a depression recipe and it's fabulous. So good. So easy. I've got the pie crust already made up, so we'll be ready. We'll try to do that on Tuesday night. Maybe I'll do it Monday night. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I got a busy day Monday, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, thanks for being a part of the Pop's Place community, and we'll see you soon. Bye.